Are you wondering if your debt is statute barred? In this video, we'll be discussing how to know if your debt is statute barred and what you can do if it is. If you're someone who has a debt and haven't paid it in a while, and your creditor hasn't contacted you about it either, there's a chance it might be statute barred. For most types of debts, if you stop making payments, your creditor has to take action against you within a certain time limit. This action is typically first sending you a default notice, asking you to make your payments, and then pursuing court action against you if you don't start making payments after the default notice. For most types of debt, the limitation period is 6 years. This means that if your creditor does not take action against you for 6 years, then your debt has become statute barred. According to the Limitation Act 1980, your limitation period can restart if you make a payment towards your debt or if you admit in writing that you owe them the debt. This would mean that it would be another 6 years till the debt becomes statute barred. You must check the last date you made a payment and the date on which you were sent a default notice. If it has been 6 years since the date that you were sent a default notice, then your debt should be statute barred by now. But keep in mind that according to the Limitation Act 1980, 6 years is the limitation period for most types of debt, but not all of them. For example, mortgage shortfalls have a limitation period of 12 years. If you're unsure if the limitation period is complete or not, then you have two options: to ignore it or to find out whether or not it's been completed or not. If you choose to ignore your debt, it's likely that your creditor will take out a county court judgment, a CCJ, against you. This will be a much worse position for you, since bailiffs could now be sent to your home if you miss any payments. Not to mention that a CCJ has an extremely negative impact on your credit score and will make it hard for you to secure any type of credit in the future. So what should you do? If you're absolutely sure that the limitation period has not been reached yet, then I suggest contacting your creditor and explaining your plan to them. It's important to be communicative with your creditors and to assure them that you're doing all you can to make payments towards your debt. If you're unable to pay back your debts, you can tell your creditors. They may attempt to formulate a payment plan which would be affordable to you. In some cases, depending on the type of debt, they may even decide to reduce the amount you owe. Always remember that you don't have to prove if a debt is statute barred. Your creditor has to prove that it isn't statute barred. If you're struggling with debt, then there are a number of other options available here in the UK. Some are free to use and others include fees, and each will have their own pros and cons. If you want to learn more about the solutions available, then we've created a really great form that you might be interested in checking out. Click the link in the description to get started and answer a few multiple choice questions like the total amount of your debt, how many people you owe, your living situation, and we'll connect you with one of our trusted partners so that you can find out more and start taking steps towards improving your financial situation.